Willow Creek was a sleepy town. It was the kind of place where everyone knew your name, but something strange was happening. People were vanishing. They disappeared without a trace. No one knew why. The disappearances started slowly. At first, it was just Old Man Hemlock. He liked to wander in the woods. Maybe he just got lost, people thought. Then Mrs. Gable went missing. She was last seen walking home from the bakery. Her fresh loaf of bread lay abandoned on the sidewalk. Fear crept into the hearts of Willow Creek's residents. Something was wrong, very wrong. The townspeople were afraid to leave their homes. The once peaceful streets were now deserted after dark. Who would be next? The mystery deepened. The police were baffled. No clues, no witnesses, just empty homes and unanswered questions. Willow Creek was trapped in a nightmare. Would anyone be brave enough to solve the mystery? Sarah was a young journalist. She loved a good mystery. When she heard about Willow Creek, she knew she had to go there. She packed her bag, grabbed a notebook and set off. She had a feeling this story would be her biggest one yet. Willow Creek was a day's drive away. Sarah's old car rattled down the dusty road leading to the town. The closer she got, the more she felt a cold shiver run down her spine. Something was off. The silence was eerie. She arrived in town just as the sun began to set. The shadows stretched long and menacing. The houses were dark, curtains were drawn tightly shut. It seemed like everyone was hiding. Sarah took a deep breath. It was time to start her investigation. Sarah needed information. She went to the local library. It was a small, musty building. Dust motes danced in the faint light. A solitary figure sat behind the counter. He was an old man with a long white beard. His eyes held a glint of fear. "Excuse me?" Sarah began. "I'm a journalist. I'm here to write about the disappearances." The old man looked at her, his eyes wide. He lowered his voice to a whisper. "It's the labyrinth," he said. "There's an old legend." The old man told Sarah about a hidden labyrinth beneath the town. Legend had it that a powerful sorcerer had been imprisoned there long ago. The sorcerer vowed revenge. He swore he would drag the townspeople down to his prison. The old man believed the sorcerer was behind the disappearances. Sarah was intrigued. She had to see this labyrinth for herself. The old man warned her not to go. "It's too dangerous," he pleaded. But Sarah was determined. She thanked the old man and hurried out of the library. The entrance to the labyrinth was hidden in the woods. Sarah found it just as darkness fell. A shiver ran down her spine as she peered into the dark opening. The air was cold and damp. It smelled of wet stone and something else, something foul. Taking a deep breath, Sarah stepped inside. The passage was narrow and winding. The walls were made of rough-hewn stone. The only light came from her flickering flashlight. As she walked, she heard whispers echoing through the tunnels. The whispers seemed to be coming from the walls themselves. They were faint and indistinct, but they sent chills down her spine. They seemed to be calling her name. Section 5. Face to Face with Fear. The air grew colder as Sarah went deeper into the labyrinth. The whispers grew louder. She rounded a corner and stopped dead in her tracks. There, in the middle of the passage, was a creature. It was unlike anything Sarah had ever seen before. It was tall and skeletal, with long, sharp claws. Its eyes glowed red in the darkness. Its breath formed wisps of icy fog that swirled around its feet. The creature grinned, revealing rows of sharp teeth.
"You shouldn't be here,"
it hissed. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest. Her mind raced. She had stumbled upon something ancient and evil. This must be the creature responsible for the disappearances. She had to escape, but how? Section 6. Trapped! Sarah backed away slowly, never taking her eyes off the creature. It watched her, its grin widening. She turned and ran. She ran as fast as she could, her heart pounding in her ears. But the creature was faster. It was right behind her. She could hear its claws scraping against the stone walls. She had to lose it. She ducked into a side passage, hoping to find a way out. But the passage was a dead end. She was trapped. The creature blocked the exit. Its eyes glowed with malice.
There's nowhere to run.
It hissed. Sarah's breath caught in her throat. She was cornered. This was it. Was this the end? Section 7. A Glimmer of Hope. Sarah's hand trembled as she reached into her backpack. She remembered reading about creatures like this. Legends said they were vulnerable to light. She pulled out her camera. It was her most prized possession. But it was also her only hope. She pointed the camera at the creature and snapped a picture. The flash lit up the tunnel. The creature shrieked and recoiled. The light seemed to burn it. It covered its eyes with its bony hands. This was her chance. Sarah knew the effect of the flash wouldn't last long. She had to act fast. Section 8. The Curse Broken. Sarah took a deep breath and ran past the creature while it was blinded. She didn't stop running until she reached the entrance to the labyrinth. She burst out into the night air, gasping for breath. She had escaped, but she knew her ordeal wasn't over yet. She had to find a way to stop the creature for good. She raced back to the library. The old man was still there, his face etched with worry. "I found it," Sarah exclaimed. "The creature is real. It's down there." She told him about her encounter, about the creature's vulnerability to light. The old man listened intently. Together they searched through the library's ancient texts. They found it, a passage describing how to break the sorcerer's curse. They needed a specific kind of light, a light found only in the heart of Willow Creek. Section 9. Willow Creek remembers. The light came from a magical lantern. It had been passed down through generations of townspeople. It was kept hidden, a secret only a few knew. Sarah and the old man went to the oldest part of town. They found the lantern in a hidden chamber beneath the town square. The lantern emitted a warm golden light. It felt powerful. Sarah and the old man returned to the labyrinth. They descended into the darkness, the lantern lighting their way. The creature was waiting. It lunged at them, its eyes blazing with fury. Sarah held up the lantern. The golden light washed over the creature. It shrieked again, a terrible, ear-splitting sound. The creature writhed in agony, the light burning away the darkness that clung to it. It shrank, becoming smaller and weaker until finally it vanished with a final mournful wail. The curse was broken. Section 10. A Hero Returns. Peace returned to Willow Creek. The missing people reappeared. They had no memory of their time in the labyrinth. They were happy to be home. The town celebrated Sarah's bravery. She was a hero. Sarah wrote about her experience. Her story became a sensation. But for Sarah, the real reward was seeing the relief on the faces of the townspeople. She had faced her fears and saved the day. She learned that even in the darkest of places, courage can shine through. Sarah left Willow Creek, knowing she would never forget her time there. She carried the memory of the Whispering Labyrinth with her. It was a reminder that some secrets are best left buried, and some mysteries are better left unsolved.